Comprehensive sexuality education. Philippines is a conservative country where children are being raised and instructed to not talk or ask about any sex terms, as it is seen as immoral or inappropriate. Even during the 21st century, the stigma still remains the same. But why is sex education important? 1. It is crucial to the fight against HIV. Sexual awareness increases the likelihood of preventing STDs. 2. Sexually active youth who participate in sex education programs are more likely to delay their first encounter and take contraception. It reduces the risk of teenage pregnancy, which can interfere with their education and other opportunities. 3. Sex education helps teenagers understand themselves biologically so that they do not fall victim to sexual predators. Sex education is important because it is a potent weapon in the fight against abuse, teenage pregnancy, diseases, and prejudice, as well as for fostering respect for difference. Knowledge is weapon.
Abortion is one of the pressing issues in our contemporary times and has been the great fight for women as the Roe v. Wade was overturned by the U.S. Supreme Court on 24th June 2022. Abortion is still illegal in the Philippines, and in 2022, an estimation of 1.26 million cases of abortions were recorded. Safe abortion is part of the reproductive health care and needs to be decriminalized to protect women's physical and mental health. 23,000 women die each year as a result of unsafe abortions, according to WHO. There are lots of complications due to unsafe abortion. Psychological stress is an effect also of unsafe abortion that affects the whole well-being of a woman. The overturning of Roe v. Wade caused millions of U.S. citizens who would be forced to travel to obtain legal abortion care, which would be prohibitively expensive for many. And so, to make safe abortion accessible, one way is to cover the cost of abortion care and its integration into the healthcare system.
Education of both women and men is a wonderful contraceptive. Unwanted and teenage pregnancies, overpopulation, abortion, and child malnutrition. Contraceptives are a method that can prevent all of this. Family planning is important. It can save lives and whole communities. Many Filipinos agree and support the reproductive health law that gives access to contraception, reproductive health services, and sexual education. Year 2017, the Department of Health implemented the National Family Planning Program that give access for Filipino to a safe and effective family planning. There are numerous benefits of contraceptives, and this is a human right. Reducing pregnancy-related risks, reducing teenage pregnancies, healthy babies, and not overpopulation. July 11 is World Population Day. Let us spread awareness about the world population issues and share information about access to reproductive health and contraception.
Little trivia. Have you ever heard about pasador? It is a clean cloth used by people before the invention of pads, tampons, and cups. Pasador is a reusable cloth which is used by people before pads. Menstrual hygiene products are necessities and should be free, but because the society stigmatizes menstruation as a private issue, a lot of women are struggling in finding convenient place to change pads during her period. But what worst case scenario is a woman living in poverty who cannot afford buying menstrual hygiene products. The reason are health. Poor menstrual hygiene can pose serious health problems that can cause infection and risk of future infertility and birth complications. Neglecting to wash hands and not changing menstruation pad on time can spread infection. Also, lack of hygienic management can cause discomfort and psychological stress. Studies have found that giving out sanitary pads to girls lead to a significant reduction in sexually transmitted infection and bacterial vaginosis.
Legalizing divorce here in the Philippines has been a long-going argument and ignited a debate between the Catholic Church and the state, among people who favors it and those who are against it. Now, let's dig deeper into what divorce is. It is an absolute or total legal separation or disunion to disunite the marital union between the husband and wife, which is only recognized in today's society if legal and supported by law. According to a study, the most typical case of domestic violence in the Philippines is the physical abuse against women. This is just one among many reasons why we should have divorce reinstituted in our country. That's why lawmakers are right when they said that divorce is an immediate concern and a women's rights issue. Lawmakers are now pushing for the revival and revision of absolute divorce because under the family code, non-Muslim couples have only 3 options to change their marital status. While this provides grounds for the dissolution of marriage, the remedies available are painfully restrictive and inadequate. That's why it is high time for the Philippines to institute absolute divorce, allowing married spouses, especially women, in irremediably broken unions to finally start anew.
Always for the people, to stand and to speak.